Huh? I wasn't expecting any visitors today. Oh, just some bloody knickknockers. Fucking kids. What a bloody waste of time. Oh, a package. Wow, what could it be? I wasn't actually expecting anything. Oh, my photo book. Wow. I'm now a published author. I'm gonna go tell Mum. As a photographer, you should be making annual photo books of your photographs. Let me explain. Now, not only will it validate your quite strange obsession of taking photos of strangers in streets, but you can also tell your grandparents that you are a published author and they will believe you because you have a physical copy of your body of work. And they'll finally be proud of you and they'll understand why you've been out on the streets taking photos of streets and strangers. Okay, if that didn't sell the point already, well, here's some more reasonable alibis of why you should be printing your work and making an annual photo book. Guys, it's 2025 and 99.9%, I can't confirm this statistic, but you know, everyone on the internet makes up statistics. 99.9% of photos and media in general is viewed through a screen. Some tiny, some big. Now, whether that's a phone screen, a laptop screen, iPad screen, TV screen, even through your camera's LSD screen, the fact is the majority of media is consumed through a screen. So what does it mean when you're looking at your photos through a screen? Well, generally screens are backlit, so depending on the brightness of your screen, it can seriously influence or alter the appearance of your photo. And that pretty much means people who view your photos through their screen, there's a chance they're not seeing what you're seeing. And there's a chance you're not seeing what they're seeing. Now, that's the thing about paper. Paper doesn't lie. Now, viewing your own images through a screen, it's so easy to swipe up or down, left or right, just go into the next photo with just a click of a button or a swipe of a finger without taking the proper time to actually analyze your photos. Now, properly analyzing your photographs annually can really break up your transition as a photographer and really allow you to ingest your progression periodically. So not only will all your photos have a timestamp in real life on them, for example, this is Melbourne 2024. I know logically all these photos are from 2024. So flicking from book to book, year to year, you'll be able to see physically in real life all the improvements you've made as a photographer, whether that's your editing style, your composition, and all the other improvements and changes that you have made as a photographer from year to year. Now, obviously, just because it turns from 2024 to 2025 doesn't mean you're just going to automatically change, but you will be able to notice a little transition, and after enough time has passed, you'll be a completely different photographer. Now, imagine having 10 photo books, one representing each year, and be able to jump from, say, year 7 to back to year 2 of your photo books and just noticing how much your photography has improved or changed. Now, obviously this can be done through a computer, but I know as a photographer firsthand how full of clutter my computer is, files everywhere, it's not curated, desktop, you wouldn't even call it desktop, it's just files everywhere. I hope I'm not the only one. I know there's some super organized people, but it's just not me, especially when you're dealing with thousands of files a week. It's just full of clutter. Making a photo book, you actually get the chance to curate your photos, go through the clutter, sort through your photos of that year, and actually store them in a physical copy where you know this physical copy isn't going to make a mess of itself, because once it's printed, that's the way it is. Now, these physical copies, unless there is a fire, touch wood, there's not, will outlast any computer, any hard drive, and will keep its true form, depending on how well you look after it. Now, curating your work involves leaving out, swapping, sequencing, and really analyzing your photos in a way that you can't do on a computer. It's extremely helpful as a photographer because it gives you the chance to analyze your photos and think why some photos worked, why some didn't, and what you can do better the next time you go out and shoot to make said photos work. Leaving a physical body of work is something much more personal than having files stored on a computer or an online gallery. Having your work being passed down from generations to generations, now I'm not saying that will happen, obviously. Your photos might actually suck and your family are like, what the hell? But there's still a chance it can be passed down from generations to generations, and that's pretty unbelievably special. You will live on through your work. Making a photo book is what kept my desire burning to actually go out and spend hours on the street each week, sometimes multiple times a week. Having to constantly remind myself, look, there's only 3 more weeks left. Go out, take some photos, because that next photo could be your favorite of the year and end up in this book. And if you don't go out and take photos, your book is done for the year. But if you go and take photos, you can add to that collection. So yeah, telling myself that gave me enough of a push and motivation kick to get out there and take photos to potentially add to my annual photo book. So yeah, I've now made 2 annual photo books, one of last year, one of this year. Both photo books are completely different in its photographic style. This year's photo book, I could see that I was shooting a lot wider with a more established style and a completely different editing method, where compared to last year, I was consistently using a longer focal length and my editing style was way different. Now obviously I knew, but it's cool to see in real life. It's really nice to be able to see the journey in just 1 year and not through a screen. The thought that something that you saw in person, you press a shutter, you're frozen that moment forever, and now it's right in front of you on paper, is really mind-blowing. It's kind of magic. It's pretty much the closest you can come to time traveling through your own vision. Now, time for a little hack. I use the company Blurb to print my photo book. They're a trusted supplier and printer of photo books, and I've never had a problem using them. Now, this isn't sponsored or a collaboration. I have 4 subscribers for fuck's sake, so they don't know I exist. This is literally a hack and more common sense rather than a hack. So the software they use is extremely user-friendly and easy to navigate. And if you want to save some serious coin, make sure you time your annual photo book to be completed and printed by the time Black Friday sales come along. Blurb consistently offer 50% off the entire order, and that can save you hundreds of dollars depending on how many pages and how many books you want to print. Throughout the year, you can find discount codes, some inactive, so you got to find active ones, but that 50% off is huge. You can even print a copy for your grandparents and let them keep it. They can show their friends and tell their friends that their grandchild is a published author. Now, the good thing about always printing it around the Black Friday sales is because you have a set date and target of when to finish your photo book. So if it's that time of the year where the Black Friday sales are happening and you know you haven't got enough body of work to print, get the hell out there, get to work. You know what date it has to be done by, and there are no excuses because it's either 50% off or not. Everyone loves a bargain. Who doesn't love a cheeky discount? Alright guys, I hope all that convinced you to make your annual photo book. What are you waiting for? Oh, my mouth is boiling because of that hot sauce. Oh, maybe oyster sauce will help cool that down. Yeah. Don't ask why I got so much different sauce bottles laying around my room. Rightio, that's all for now. Time to get on, move on with my day. I'm out. Thanks guys. Dream big.